Hello and welcome. I'm Master Lama Rasaji, and this is our Thursday edition of Rasaji Speak. So happy you could join us today. Don't forget Master David's class later this evening. And on PFL at 1 o'clock today, we are going to have a few folks that experienced the grand opening past Saturday and how excited they are and how many people would like to see events like that simulcast in the opposite months that we're on tours. That being said, the tour is right around the corner, so don't forget about Tucson if you're called to go. Today's lesson is focused on the power of volunteer service and how giving back elevates your soul or your shara. Most of our teachers, especially in their first year of training, are kind of in a resident program, right? You know how doctors will go through med schools for many years, and a lot of them will spend 2 to 3 years in residence with hands-on training with people, doctors that are mentoring to them that are 10 to 30 year their senior in practice. And then they go into practice or they end up working in some hospital. We're not so far from that concept in how we train teachers. And in that resident program, it's always advisable for many reasons to offer a class for free to the community. Do something for the community. So we have them do their column exercise to decide where they want to teach, who they want to teach, and when do they want to teach. That's a neat thing about being a Tai Chi Gong instructor. You can design your schedule and then honor that schedule. I always say keeping one class for free kind of keeps the soul and the spirit really pure, really humble. Also, it's good to create an introductory course that's kind of time driven. In other words, not more than 6 to maybe 10 weeks at a time. Take a break and then ask these people, would they like to take a more intermediate or advanced class, depending on where they're at or where you're wanting to take them? It should always be classes for a nominal fee in the second class that they're doing. They get also a chance in that first class to taste that energy. That's why the 45-day renewal is so impactful, because in less than 2 or 3 weeks, most people will have pretty phenomenal energy experience by the time they get through about Tai Chi swim. And that usually happens in that second or third week with most people, depending on how consistent they are to go through the training in the 45-day renewal. If you're the reason that they sign up, you should encourage them to try to stay on track. When they stay on track, transformation is more likely to happen. Also, to say no to any negative input that's going on around them. I like to joke and say, it's kind of like you're going on a sabbatical with the master. And in that process, you're kind of saying no to that negative input. And I'll get back with you. But first, I'm going through this 45-day sabbatical. And it's very powerful when you say no to this and yes to all the activities that are positive. Your life definitely begins to change. So just remember, keep the heart pure, keep the soul, keep the spirit, the whole chanda pure, and then step out with it. And then down the road, you make adjustments inside yourself. And you go from being charitable to being generous. And when you start to move from charity to generosity, well, where you sprout the plants brings to you abundance that you cannot believe. So focus on eventually going from one to the other, from charity to generosity, from giving a class away to charging for a class. See, if I love what I would do, then I would probably do it for free. And it's one of the real reasons to understand, are you really passionate about what you're sharing? But showing people your model gives them a stair step in consciousness. And according to Grandmaster Boyang, the miracle is what? A change in consciousness, an evolution of expansion. And when evolution and spiritual consciousness meet, it's great to be with you today. See you soon. See you tomorrow on Friday's Shangri-La. Don't forget, 1 o'clock today with Sister Lynette, the hostess with the mostest, and you'll hear the excitement that happened on Saturday. As we say in Tibet, Baraka Bashad. May the blessings be to you and to your glorious family. God bless you. See you soon.